You're not lazy. You're just tired. In a way, sleep doesn't fix. You wake up already overwhelmed. You drag your body through the day, questioning why simple things feel so heavy. You blame yourself. You call it procrastination. You say, I should be doing more. Why can't I just get it together? But here's the truth. No one told you. You are not lazy. You are spiritually burnt out. You've been fighting battles in the unseen. You've been carrying burdens that don't belong to you. You've been overexposed to everyone's needs and undernourished in your own. They see your stillness and call it slacking. But you know better. Because even when you're still, your soul is working overtime, healing, coping, surviving. You're not broken, you're drained. And this exhaustion you feel, it's not weakness. It's a sacred alarm, a divine interruption, a holy nudge to stop trying to keep up with a world that keeps you spiritually starving. Spiritual burnout doesn't start with a yawn. It starts with silencing your soul to survive. It begins when your spirit says, I need rest, but the world says, keep pushing. It deepens every time you betray your inner knowing just to meet someone else's expectations. Every time you say yes when your body screams no. Every time you show up with a smile when your heart is fractured and your energy is already gone. This isn't just tiredness. This is what happens when you've been spiritually overdrawn and no one noticed. Because you're the strong one, the resilient one, the one people lean on, but never pour back into. And the irony? The more burnt out you get, the harder it becomes to explain it. Because you don't look sick. You don't sound depressed. You just seem disconnected from joy, from motivation, from yourself. You start to wonder if you're the problem, but you're not. The problem is, you've been giving from a well that's run dry. You've spiritualized your suffering. You've normalized your depletion. And somewhere along the way, you forgot. Even warriors need to put their armor down. You're not lazy. You're grieving the version of you that kept pushing when you needed to pause. And it's okay. Because awareness is the first sign of awakening. You've spent so long surviving, you forgot what it feels like to simply be. No pressure, no mask, no fixing everything and everyone around you. Just you, raw, present, and finally heard. So here's the truth you need to remember. Your healing won't look like a productivity chart. It won't be linear. It won't be perfect. But it will begin the moment you give yourself permission to stop performing for a world that mislabels your exhaustion as failure. This is not your downfall. It's your return. Return to boundaries that don't require justification. Return to silence that's not empty. It's sacred. Return to spiritual practices that fill you, not just impress others. Recovery starts when you stop explaining your stillness to people who've never respected your pace. When you stop overextending for people who are committed to misunderstanding your purpose. When you stop trying to fit into systems that benefit from your burnout. Your rest is not laziness, it's rebellion, a declaration that you no longer serve the machine of depletion. Your peace is not passivity, it's power, a weapon forged in the fire of everything you've survived. And when your soul finally starts to breathe again, you'll realize you were never weak. You were misdiagnosed by a world that confuses stillness for stagnation. But the spirit within you knows better. You're not slowing down. You're realigning. You're not quitting. You're clearing the noise. You're not lost. You're being rerouted to where your soul can thrive. Because the moment you choose restoration over reputation, peace over performance, alignment over approval, everything shifts. Your energy returns. Your clarity sharpens. Your purpose reactivates. Because your soul was never gone. It was just waiting for you to listen. This isn't just recovery. This is reclamation. You're reclaiming your time. Because not everything deserves your urgency. You're reclaiming your voice. Because silence served others, not your healing. And you're reclaiming your energy. Because it was never meant to be handed out like loose change to people who only take. Every time you say no to what drains you, you say yes to your divine alignment. Every time you pause without guilt, you invite your spirit to speak again. Let them think you're lazy. Let them misunderstand your rest. They don't have access to the battlefield you've been walking through in silence. But you do. You know the weight you've carried. You know what it's cost you just to keep showing up. So from now on, you rest like it's holy. You protect your peace like it's sacred. You let burnout be your boundary teacher, not your identity. You're not here to run yourself into the ground to prove you're worthy. You're here to move in purpose, not performance. This is the moment your healing becomes your standard, not your reward, not your backup plan, not your vacation, your baseline, because a restored version of you is the most dangerous thing to darkness. Calm, clear, called. If you feel this in your soul, drop a dove in the comments. Let the algorithm know burnt out doesn't mean broken. Tag someone who's been confusing their fatigue with failure. Send this to the healer, the giver, the quiet warrior who never complains, but carries everything. And if you're ready to stop surviving and start spiritually living again, subscribe. Because this channel isn't just content, it's revival. Your peace is a rebellion. And this is the beginning of your return.
If you're still here, maybe your soul needed the pause. Maybe the silence feels more like home than the noise ever did. Sit with this. Rest here. You don't have to rush back to the world just yet.